I said, what about accidents? I hear a lot about accidents. Oh, yes, we'll get you some data on that. There were about 40-odd thousand deaths per year from automobile accidents and about 1 million or 1.2 million injuries. And I said, well, what causes it? Well, he said, it's obvious. It's human error and mechanical failure. I said, hell, if it's mechanical failure, we might be involved. Let's dig into this. I want to know if it's mechanical failure, I want to stop it. Well, they said, there's really nothing, very few statistics available. I said, damn it, find out. What can we learn? They said, well, the only place we can find that knows anything about it is Cornell Aeronautical Labs. They said the major problem is packaging. They said, you buy eggs and you know how eggs come in a carton. I said, no, I don't buy eggs. No, my wife does it. Well, they said, you talk to her and ask her, when she puts that carton down on the drain board when she gets home, do the eggs break? And so I asked Mark, he said, no. So Cornell said they don't break because they're packaged properly. Now, if we packaged people in cars the same way, we could reduce the breakage. We lacked lab facilities, so we dropped human skulls in different packages down the stairwells of the dormitories at Cornell. Well, that sounds absurd, but that guy was absolutely right. It was packaging which could make the difference. In a crash, the driver was often impaled on the steering wheel. The passenger was often injured because he'd hit the windshield or the header bar or the instrument panel. So in the 1956 Model Ford, we introduced steering wheels that prevented being impaled. We introduced padded instrument panels, and we introduced seat belts. We estimated if there would be 100% use of the seat belts, we could save 20-odd thousand lives a year. Everybody was opposed to it. You couldn't get people to use seat belts. But those who did saved their lives. Now let me jump ahead. It's July 1960. John Bugis, Vice President, Industrial Relations, clearly had his eyes on becoming president. I'm the group vice president in charge of all of the car divisions. Henry was a night owl. He always wanted to go out into town. You know, it's 2 a.m. or something or other. He said, Bob, come on up and have a nightcap. I said, God damn it, Henry, I don't want a nightcap. I'm going to bed. John says, I'll come up, Henry. Henry said, I didn't ask you, John. I asked Bob. He said, Bob, come on up. So I finally went up. That's when he asked me to be president. I was the first president of the company in the history of the company that had ever been president other than a member of the Ford family. And after 5 weeks, I quit. The telephone rang. The person comes on and says, I'm Robert Kennedy. My brother, Jack Kennedy, would like you to meet our brother-in-law, Sergeant Shriver. 4 o'clock, Sarge comes in, never met him, and he said, I've been authorized by my brother-in-law, Jack Kennedy, to offer you the position Secretary of the Treasury. I said, you're out of your mind. I know a little bit about finance, but hell, I'm not qualified to be Secretary of the Treasury. Anticipating you might say that, the President-elect authorized me to offer you the Secretary of Defense. I said, look, I was in World War II for 3 years, but Secretary of Defense, I'm not qualified to be Secretary of Defense. Well, he said, anticipating that, he said, would you at least do him the courtesy of agreeing to meet with him?